And what's good, everybody? Glad to have you guys join and be a part here on the stream tonight as we are joining this game in progress right now. I just finished up covering the victory by Auburn over LSU in the last game, 70-55, as we join in progress. 10:45 left to go in the first half. Alabama with a 3-point lead on their home court at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, as Alabama just got stripped of the basketball, lost the handle, and Tennessee picks up the steal. Tennessee has it top of the key with Plasevich, who's it outside of Victor Bailey. They give it over to Brandon Huntley-Hatfield. Huntley-Hatfield, spin move, free throw circle, jumper, 15-footer, hits it. What's good, Vegas? Brian, welcome back in there, guys. Make sure to vote in that poll if you haven't already done so tonight, as we're approaching that midway mark to the first half. 1-point game. Alabama with the ball. Drive. Kick. Corner. 3. No good, over the rim. Shot by Jawan Gary. Defensive rebound pulled down by Justin Paul of Tennessee. Sakai Ziegler dribbles underneath the hoop, circles around, moves it around to the top of the key. It's Powell. And Ziegler stepped out of bounds with it prior, so it's a turnover, Tennessee. Dennis in the stream, welcome back in, man. 14-13 the score. Looks like we'll go in another media timeout in the break. 9:48 left to go in the first. Alabama up early by 1. So big time matchup once again. Two teams ranked in the top 25 in the SEC season opener tonight. And Tennessee coming off an impressive victory a week ago over Arizona, 77-73 at home. This time they're on the road. Alabama, last game they lost against Davison with a late schedule, 79-78 last Tuesday, where they allowed 12 made 3-point shots out of 24 attempts by Davison. Alabama's a team was 12 for 36 from the outside. Jaden Shackelford led the way with 20 points for Alabama. What's good, Malika? Welcome back in. It should be a really good game here. Alabama struggled defensively. This is like a get-it-right type of game tonight for Alabama to get this team right back on track. Tennessee enters this game top 20 defense, 12th in steals. They do have a hard time connecting on jumpers, though. 33% from three-point range and only 45% shooting from the floor. Alabama struggles defensively. They score around 83 points per game, top 20 nationally in scoring. But as far as the defense, they are giving up around over 73 points per game this season for Alabama. What's good, Andrew, on the stream? Welcome in, man. Alabama, it's all about the three ball. Right now they're cold, just 2 for 10 from the outside. They attempt around 33s per game. They attempted 36 in the last game against Davison, but average around 33-point attempts. They're actually pretty efficient when they score inside. They just don't have much big pieces. They are, when they're on fire, they are a rocking perimeter, like the victory over Gonzaga that they had. They knocked down 13 3-point shots in the victory in November over Gonzaga. They also beat Houston as well, even though they were outnumbered on the offensive glass. 5 points by Javon Quinterly, leading the way at the moment for Alabama. Top scorer for Tennessee, 6 off the bench by Brandon Huntley-Hatfield. He's a freshman. And then 4 points by Olivier Kwamwa. All right, so we're going to head back to action here in just a moment. 14-13, 9:48 left to go in the first. As we come out of timeout, number 14 ranked team in the nation, Tennessee, 9-2. Only 2 losses on neutral court against Villanova back in November at Mohegan Sun. And they also lost earlier this month against Texas Tech on neutral court in overtime. Alabama lost back in November against Iona. Coming off the loss against Davidson, trying to turn things around now for Alabama. 9:40 left to go in the first. Alabama attacks, drives down the lane. And Javon Quinterly to the bucket. Lays it up and in for two with the right hand. Quinterly last season was tremendous on getting downhill. Tennessee ties it up with a three. Justin Powell lets it rain from the left corner. Alabama with the ball. They move it out to the top of the key, Davison. J.D. Davison, top 10 recruit freshman. He's been coming off the bench this season. Pass deflected on the outside and intercepted by Vescovi of Tennessee. Santiago Vescovi, junior from Uruguay. Ziegler, dish out to the right wing. Three in the air. Powell off the mark, no good. Pulled away in the rebound by Quinterly of Alabama. Crimson Tide have the ball once again. It is Davison. Davison turns the corner. Dribble attack and a reach and fall sets to Tennessee. Goal is coming up for next year. Probably going to say 25K is my next goal that I'm trying to reach. It's certainly reachable, especially with the playoff numbers that we've had in the years prior. The last 2 years since the start of the bubble. So that's my goal, is to get to 25K for 2022. Alabama gets the inbound, 16 all, right baseline dribble Davison. Bounce pass into the wrong hands, he gave it away. Stolen by Tennessee, they jack up a quick three and they drill it. It's good from the outside, that is Vescovi who knocks it down. Tennessee with a lead. Alabama will try it again, pass out left corner, three in the air, Shackelford off the back rim misses. And it will be a call on Alabama. Ball go back over to Tennessee. What's good, Dave on the stream? Welcome back in, man. Dave's been pumped up for this one. Huge game to get things right for Alabama. At home against Tennessee to open up conference play. Tennessee coming off a big victory a week ago over Arizona. Tennessee gets the inbound. Vescovi takes it past half court. Justin Powell moves it out to Jemai Mashek, who has the ball now. Into the hands of Vescovi again. Backs his way inside on Quinterly. Slips past him. Dump off underneath. No good off the glass. Tipped up and through, though, for two by Tennessee to put them up 21-16. Under 8 minutes left to play. Shackelford. Bounce pass left elbow. Noah Gurley backs his way inside the paint. Gurley gets some space and he's able to deliver. Banks it home inside the low post. Tennessee back with a possession. Kwamwa hands it off on the outside. Moving it off to Vescovi. Vescovi backs his way again. Slips past Quinterly another time, and he lays it up and in. Rattles around the rim. Stood still at the front rim and dropped down for Santiago Vescovi. 7:15 left to go in the first. Alabama with a possession. Keon Ellis at the top. Moves it out to the left corner. Left baseline dribble. Shackelford. He has swarmed. Dump off. Deflected and battle for the basketball. Tie up on the near side. And this will be possession arrow. I believe it's going to be Tennessee ball. Clock will stop. 7:27 left to go. It was a loose ball, and Alabama wasn't able to get it back. James, welcome to the stream. We'll take a media timeout here. 23-18 with 7:27 in the first. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up. Spike that like. Hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for joining again on the stream. Just called another game right before this one. Auburn with a big victory, 70-55 over LSU. Wow, so I'm looking at the college basketball scoreboard right now. Wisconsin got taken into overtime against Illinois State. Wisconsin leads 68-61 over Illinois State. 13 seconds left to go in overtime. I've got Alabama and Georgia in the championship. Memphis might lose to Tulane. 72-69 Tulane. There's still about 6 minutes left to play. NC State, Miami tied up at 34. And then Wake Forest leading Louisville 51-49. That's a big game as far as early season tournament implications. Getting your resume in order to start out the season with ACC conference play. Wake Forest already knocked off Virginia Tech back in December for a conference victory, and they are being slept on a ton. Leading by 2 over Louisville on the road. Iowa leading Western Illinois 88-69. And Kansas up over Nevada 67-48. So massive game here between these two teams. SEC opener at Alabama. And they've had a lot of trouble this season, especially with their defense. And we're seeing it quite a bit here is that Tennessee is able to get to the rim the last couple possessions. And it's the matchup between Vescovi and he's just backing his way inside. He's been working on Javon Quinterly a lot and able to slip past Quinterly once he hits inside the paint. For Alabama to knock off a team like Tennessee, they're going to have to force them into jumpers because that's where they start to have some trouble making shots is off of jumpers. They can't let them get inside on you because that's where the problem spot's been for Alabama's defense this season is defending the low post. And Tennessee does have quite a bit of size down inside. And Brandon Huntley Hatfield, a freshman, 6'10", he is actually the top scorer at the moment. He's got himself 6 points for Tennessee off the bench. Him and Olivier Kwamwa. Kwamwa's also got 6 points, and he is a 6'8" forward. So defending inside has been hurting Tennessee quite a bit, even though John Fulkerson is not playing tonight for John Fulkerson. That's a massive loss, so they're still without Fulkerson, and they're up by 5. Under 7 minutes left to go. Jumper in the key off the back rim, no good. This time pulled away in the rebound defensively by Alabama. Crimson Tide have the basketball. Bounce pass, Davison swings it inside. They move it to the left corner. Gurley, pro hop, puts it out to the perimeter to Shackelford. Shackelford, 10 on the shot clock. Moves it out to Gurley at the top. Swings it left corner to Davison. Davison dribbles towards his right, turns the corner, attacks, floats up a shot off the back rim, bounces through, and that's good for 2 as J.D. Davison able to float down the runner. Approaching the 6-minute mark left to play before halftime. Tennessee has the ball. Bounce pass top of the key, Vescovi. Moves it into the hands to Powell. Powell, deep 2 jumper, hits it, as that is good. He's the sharpshooter for this team. Justin Powell, deep 2, delivers. Transfer from Auburn. Now a sophomore. Alabama with a possession. J.D. Davison at the top. Dribbles up, drives, and he moved it into the wrong hands. Deflected by Powell and comes up with a steal. One man to beat, spin move. Powell lost the handle, working on Ellis. Goes back into the hands of Alabama. Shackelford floats up a runner and gets the friendly bounce, and it's through for 2. 2 points off the fast break by the Crimson Tide. Back to a 3-point game. 5:20 left to play in the first. 3-point shot taken from the top, off the mark, no good by Tennessee, missed by Kwamwa. And it's those possessions that Alabama will look to have defensively tonight that they can get rebounds off of. Davison pulls up for a 3. No good, missed. Offensive rebound opportunity, no good the first time. Second chance again and fouled. And this should be 2 coming up at the line. 5:04 left to play in the first. So if they can force him into jumpers, that can help out Alabama prevail in this type of matchup here. And they've been having a ton of trouble defending inside the low post. Both of the forwards, Kwamba and Huntley Hatfield, both with 6 points so far. Kwamba's got 7 rebounds. And they're without John Fulkerson tonight as well for Tennessee. 2 shots at the line for Alabama. First one missed off the back rim. Both of these teams having a tough time from 3. 2 for 12 by Alabama, 2 for 10 for Tennessee. Second shot at the line by Charles Bediako, and he missed them both. No good. 5 minutes left to go in the first. Tennessee has the ball. They dribble free throw circle, pushing it out to the right corner perimeter. Inside the key, shovels it out to Jordan James. Jordan James, left baseline dribble, passes over to the left wing. Cross-court feed to the right corner. It goes to Jordan James, shoots the 3 and hits it. Tennessee extends the lead by 6. Devin on the stream, welcome in, taking Tennessee. Great start so far for the Vols. Alabama has the ball. Davison slides it out left wing to Shackelford. Moves it cross-court back over to Davison. Davison lobs it down inside the post. Bediako will draw the contact and the fall from Jordan James. And this will be 2 free throws coming up once again by Charles Bediako. He did not convert in the last trip to the free throw line, 0 for 2. Yet to score tonight. Freshman 7-footer from Brampton, Canada. Top 30 recruit. First shot by Bediako, and he keeps on missing. Off the back rim, no good. Second shot by Bediako, hits it. .420 left to play. Tennessee will take it up the court. Sakai Ziegler puts it to the top to Huntley Hatfield. Handoff around the perimeter. Deflected. Goes all the way to the backcourt. But Tennessee gets it back with Victor Bailey. Vescovi, deep range 3. Banks it home. That is good. Open up the bank right there for Tennessee by Santiago. Eli in the stream, welcome in. Deep 3 right back for Alabama. They couldn't convert. Missed at the top, and they couldn't save their own rebound. They put it into the wrong hands. It goes to Vescovi in the key. Vescovi will slow down the basketball for Tennessee. Puts it into the hands of Jordan James. Towards his right. Handoff around the perimeter. Turns the corner drive. Nice feed inside and gets the bucket. Brandon Huntley Hatfield up to 8 points. 10-point lead now for the Vols. Davison has it. Passes free throw circle. They move it out to the corner to Ellis. Over to the right wing. Shooting a 3 is Gurley splash. That's a lifesaver right now for Alabama. That's the third made 3 of the night for Alabama. They attempt around 33s per game. It's all about whether they can drop shots around the perimeter. Under 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Tennessee with the ball towards their right and the outside. Ziegler puts it at the top of the key now. It's over to Vescovi. Vescovi is double teamed in the kicked ball. The game clock will stop with 2:43. Noah Gurley, the top scorer for Alabama with 8 points. Also the top rebounder off the bench with 5 rebounds. Huntley Hatfield and Vescovi both tied with a leading score right now for Tennessee, both with 8. Timeout taken on the floor, 33-26 Tennessee, 2:43 left to go in the first. Hey, thanks so much, Bradley. So 58-54, Wake Forest leading Louisville. And just under about 7:30 left to play in that game. We got upset alert right now. Tulane leading Memphis 81-75. Memphis also won against Alabama. So Alabama's losses coming against Iona, Memphis, and Davidson, which has been a shock. Foster Loyer, he is a transfer from Michigan State, and he is starting to find his way over at Davidson. And Memphis has had a handful of bad losses to go along with the good wins that they picked up. They're going to be on the bubble all the way until Selection Sunday. Hilda, welcome back in. I think they possibly can this year. They definitely got the size to do it. If UConn gets healthy, if UConn gets healthy, I think UConn has a chance too. I like Providence though, and when they play Villanova later in the season, I like them in those matchups because Villanova isn't like a strong rebounding team. They lost a lot of their interior presence with Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Yeah, that will get copyrighted, so I can't provide like any audio. Connor in the stream, welcome in, taking Tennessee. Hit me up in the chat who you got in this one, Tennessee or Alabama. Xavier's a really deep team too. Xavier's more guard based though. They got, as I called Xavier, they got Nate Johnson, who was draining threes against Virginia Tech all over the place. So they're deep with the guard position. And Providence is more front court. They got a ton of size. So Memphis has just been a seesaw. That loss against Georgia keeps on looking worse. Georgia lost against Gardner-Webb today. So this is Memphis's resume. Wins over Tennessee Tech, North Carolina Central, St. Louis, Western Kentucky, Virginia Tech. And then losses against Iowa State, which doesn't look bad at all. Iowa State's at number 8 undefeated. Loss against Georgia, which looks terrible right now. Georgia just lost today against Gardner-Webb. Lost against Ole Miss, which Ole Miss lost against Western Kentucky. And Memphis beat Western Kentucky. They lost to Murray State by 2. Murray State's pretty good this season. They only have 2 losses. And then they beat Alabama. They're like a seesaw. Dakota, welcome back in, man. Aiden on the stream, welcome in. .234 left to go before halftime. It's 33-26. Alabama will get the inbound. J.D. Davison takes up the court for the Crimson Tide. Passes out to the top, driving down the lane and lays it up and in. It is Noah Gurley for 2. Tennessee now with a possession. Kwamwa shoots a 3. Around the rim and no good. Wide open, couldn't connect. And Tennessee has to stare away from those jump shots and go into the paint if they want to take this matchup. And Alabama's wishing for you to do that so they can get the ball back on the rebound, and that's exactly what happened. 2 minutes left to go in the first. Alabama has possession with Shackelford. Shackelford dribbles, attacks, lost the handle. He turns it over. Down on the hardwood, and it will go back to Tennessee with a steal. Vescovi passes out to the top, entry pass, tip deflected, and Alabama picks up the steal as Kwamwa was not in position. He was double-teamed inside the low post. Davison at the right wing, dribbles up as he backs his way into the key. Moves it out to the top to Gurley. Gurley, his pass gets sent, And it will be a foul inside. I believe it's on Vescovi. And the clock will stop with 1:31. Vaughn, what's good? Welcome to the stream again, man. That'll be team foul number 6 by Tennessee of the night. Alabama with 5 total fouls. It was on the pass, so no shooting foul. Will be an inbound coming up for Alabama. Quinterly inbounds it out to Gurley. Gurley top of the free throw circle. Hand off back to Quinterly. Quinterly trying to go downhill, and he's defended by Plasevich. Bounce pass left wing to Ellis. Ellis kicks it out to the corner. Quinterly. Quinterly defended around the perimeter. Dribbles left baseline. The wraparound layup is good by Javon Quinterly. Oh, he was so good in the tournament where that. Making moves to the basket, he does right there. Left baseline dribble, and he wraps it around for 2. 1:12 left to go before half. Barco, welcome back to the stream, man. He's taking the Vols tonight. Hit me up who you guys got in this one. Tennessee or Alabama. Tennessee gets the inbound, and they'll call a quick timeout. 1:12 left to play. Looks like we're going to stay here. Looks like a quick 30-second timeout taken by Tennessee. Or actually, I'll put the timeout slide up. What's good, Ward? Welcome in, man. Hope all is going well. Really good game going on at the moment. Javon Quinterly finding ways to get to the bucket as he's got 9 points. Noah Gurley with 10 for Alabama. They are combining for 19 out of 30. Shackelford, the top scorer. He is starting out the game cold, just 4 points. 0 for 4 from 3 and 2 for 8 shooting. Hey, that's awesome. Glad to hear you got a new TV there, man. Tennessee gets the inbound, approaching the 1-minute mark left to go before halftime. 3-point lead for the Vols. They dump it inside to Kwamba. Kwamba, mid-range jumper, off the rim, no good. Picked up on a defensive rebound by Alabama. It is by Davison with a board. Moves it outside. Shackelford spots up for the tie. Drills it. Now on the board with his first triple of the night. Jaden Shackelford for the Crimson Tide evens things up at 33. Tennessee with the ball at the top of the key. Vescovi swings it out. Right wing perimeter. Ziegler passes out to the top of the key to Powell. Now they move it over to Kwamba. Ziegler, bounce past Kwamba, right elbow jab step, 10 in the shot clock. Kwamba, jumper, 15-footer, off the rim, no good. And Olivier Kwamba, great start, but he has gone stone cold, just 2 for 8 from the floor. 22 seconds left to play, in Alabama will burn a timeout themselves. The crowd is getting into it on a run for Alabama right before halftime. And it all was a big piece of that with Jaden Shackelford with a catch and fire 3, now up to 7. Quinterly was the one who led that rally, taking it to the rim and going in for the backdoor layup. Connor, what's good? Welcome to the stream, man. Great game tonight. Wow, Louisville takes the lead. 3.5 minutes left to go. 63-61 over Wake Forest. Home court has been so crucial from the takeaways of these games today. I took Alabama in this game. I took them by 5 for my prediction. I got 78-73. It's looking like it's probably going to go... Still can get there for the 78. It's going to say slightly under. Still some time. Inbound for Alabama. 5 seconds left to go before halftime. Extra pass made. 3-point shot at the left wing off the bottom right part of the backboard. And we close out the end of the first half. And this game is tied up 33-33. Big run fuel by Alabama to close it out, get the momentum here at home. Shackelford with a catch and fire 3. Javon Quinley giving it all he has got right now on the court. Vescovi has got himself 8 points. He's been doing well in the early going. It's going to depend on Tennessee, how they come out with their shot selection in the second half, because Alabama struggled defending inside the post. Alabama's perimeter has been called once again, and they rely highly upon three-point shots. They've attempted 16 shots. They made 4 from three-point range. Yeah, NC State, Miami also playing. I'm going to take a look at that Wisconsin game right now. They were playing Illinois State. Oh, wow. Wisconsin is leading. I thought it said overtime on the game. That's odd. It's actually in the second half still for Wisconsin. I think they accidentally put the graphic on the overtime where I was looking at, but it's in the second half with like 3.5 minutes left to go. Wisconsin leads 78-73 against Illinois State. And then Memphis, Memphis might lose. 83-80, Tulane is leading Memphis. 1:30 left to go. And then BYU is playing a non-Division I school right now. And they're having quite a bit of trouble. They're up at halftime only by 5. 29-24 against Westminster College of Utah. Yeah, NC State's close against Miami. NC State leads by 1, 41-40. So a lot of good games out there at the moment. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for joining in, being a part here in the stream tonight. Right now, we're just at halftime. That would be a no there, Vaughn. I think I'm all set with that. Watching 14 straight hours of bowl games. No ego in the stream from Jamaica. Welcome back on board. Wow. What a story for Tulane. They had the last 3 games canceled. They haven't played in over 3 weeks. And they have a record of 3-6. And they might upset Memphis. It looks like they probably will now. Tulane just got a bucket, so they lead by 5 with 50 seconds left to go. Wow. And thanks so much all for voting tonight inside the poll. Looks like Tennessee took the vote 66-34 over Alabama. We're going to release those poll results. Yeah, they were on a long pause. Yeah, this has been a really good game so far. Alabama could take this one if their threes start to get red hot in the second half. Tennessee has the chance to take this game tonight if they just keep on getting to the rim instead of forcing up perimeter shots. Yep. Wow, 16 seconds coming down to the wire. Thanks so much, Bradley, with the update. Louisville leads by 2, 69-67 over Wake Forest. Make it 70-67. As Louisville just hit a free throw. Wow, Wisconsin might blow this thing wide open against Illinois State. They might lose. 81-80 Wisconsin. There's about a minute and 13 seconds left to play. That's a home game for Wisconsin. Yeah, so I think tomorrow night is probably going to be my last stream of 2021 tomorrow, I believe. I think it's going to be Michigan versus UCF for tomorrow. And then we'll start off in the new year after that. Really appreciate all who joined in this year. We've had some incredible growth on the channel here throughout the year. It's been awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. Villanova Seton Hall. I'm going to take Villanova in that game. Villanova had like a ton of time to prepare for that matchup. So we're just waiting for halftime to come back in a couple minutes from now. Oink, oink, oink. Oink, oink. Always good with the classic oink. Saturday I'm thinking about doing Providence versus DePaul. They moved that game over to Fox on Saturday. I think it's at 3 o'clock. So those are the oinks there. College football, Oklahoma, Oregon playing each other now. 9-3 Oklahoma at the start of the second quarter. What's good, Tyler in the stream? Welcome in. Somebody asked me to do it. Nice. Wow, Knicks came back, beat the Pistons. Low-scoring game tonight in the NBA, 94-85. Celtics are just so disappointing. Can only score 82. They lost against the Clippers. It's everybody after the Celtics had lost against Minnesota, everyone's like, trade Jaylen Brown. I don't think they realize how bad the role players are in the Celtics. It's not one player can carry the load. Jaylen Brown scored 30. Rob Williams scored 16. Where's everybody else in single-digit scoring? Nobody else can buy a basket, and they struggle. Jaylen Brown's 1 for 13 from the outside. Well, I mean, they went 4 for 42 from three-point range today. That's ridiculous. That's just uncalled for right there. Obviously, you can't do it yourself with a 30-plus point man. He shouldn't be taking 36 shots. Gee. See, and that's what I mean. Other players have to step up. When Tatum's out, that's ridiculous. And Tatum's out. Imagine what would happen if Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum are both out, because the bench is so bad that, I mean, it would be a miracle to score 80. What's good, Spaghetti Factory? Thanks so much for the dono, man. Appreciate it. For Oink the Pig. Let's get that dono hype out in the chat here. My man Spaghetti Factory came through. You're the legend, brother. They're just so super thin on the bench as far as scoring that it's unfortunate. And none of the players are anyway tradable. And it's not like they were missing bad players today. But besides Tatum, that didn't play, but still. Smart didn't play either. But still, you got guys that should be able to produce. Wow, so Louisville got a big victory. Beating Wake Forest, came all the way back, won 73-69. That's a huge win there for Louisville. And Tulane, Memphis. This game looks like it's gone to triple zeros on the clock. Just going to confirm. Pritchard was cold. Let's see if I can get that up again. Yeah, Pritchard was stone cold. Let's see. Pritchard was 2 for 10. He scored 4 points and 0 for 5 from 3. And he had a pretty good game against Minnesota. So just a rough game. Final. Tulane has knocked off Memphis. 85-84. Huge win by Tulane. Illinois State has certainly come a long way. They've won. They won the last 4 straight games, but one of them to a non-Division 1 school. They beat Chicago State as another team in that 4-game winning streak, and now they're taking on Wisconsin as we're going to move back in just a moment to the second half. But one last checkup on this Illinois State-Wisconsin game. And Wisconsin leads with 12 seconds left to go, 87-85. So we'll keep you posted there. That's a scare. If I'm Wisconsin right now, that's not looking good, especially when you get a Big Ten slate that's coming up. There's always a team that manages to make their way into the top 25, and then come January, they are just nowhere to be found. Come January into February. Last year was Northwestern, where they were ranked in the top 25. It's going to be somebody in there in the top 25, and conference play is coming up for Wisconsin, and they really need to get that together if that's the case right there, especially Johnny Davis did play. Johnny Davis, 20 points, 11 rebounds. They have a lot of question marks on the rest of the roster. They're basically carried by one player. We're in the second here, man. Thinking about NBA, but yeah, they're carried by one player basically as far as guard play in Wisconsin, and Davison too. So we start off the second half. Alabama tries to get the inbound, and Tennessee on the near side with Ziegler poked it up in the air and hit it like a volleyball towards the scorer's table. It will still stay Alabama basketball. Harry in the stream, welcome in, man. I got one sister. Alabama gets the inbounds. It's Quinerly who receives the inbound in the backcourt. Yeah, that was a pretty long halftime. Quinerly at the right wing perimeter. Dribbles right baseline. Oh, he had an opening for a moment. Bounce pass underneath. Nice find. Puts it up. Couldn't finish off the mark. Missed it by Bediako. Offensive rebound. And he gets it back and draws the fall underneath. It's going to be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Charles Bediako of Alabama. My sister's name is Lynette. First shot by Bediako is up and through. Second shot, and that one's good as well. So he started out struggling at the free throw line, missed his first 3 free throws. Ever since, though, Bediako has come back and he's made his last 3. Tennessee now with the possession. Top of the key, Vescovi. Vescovi will take a jumper at the left wing, lets it rain, as that will result in a 3-point shot at the left wing perimeter. Alabama right corner 3, off the mark, no good by Shackelford. Tip to the perimeter, battle for the rebound, picked up by Quinerly, but a loose ball foul, and it's going to be on, I believe it's on Tennessee here. Quinerly got it back. We're going to confirm in just a moment, though. It's going to be on Quinerly. Okay, so it will be on Quinerly. So that's on Alabama. 19 minutes left to go in the second. Tennessee by 1 as they have the ball at the right wing. Ziegler defended. Oh, nice pass. Right baseline dribble as he slips past Quinterly. Missed the layup, though. Off the bottom right part of the backboard. Pushing tempo is Ellis. Ellis attacking, driving down the lane. No good. Missed as there was a brick wall right out in front to defend by Olivier Quambra. Right back for Tennessee. Vescovi gets it with a layup. Right-handed finish up and in off the glass. Tennessee by 3. Alabama now back with the ball. Quinterly at the top, dribbles towards his right, now works his way down the lane. Kick out left corner, over to the left wing, back to Quinterly. Quinterly turns the corner, drives, floats up a tough shot and hits it. Count it. And one coming up at the free throw line by Javon Quinterly to see if he can tie things up for the Roll Tide. What a shot. Floats one up inside the key for a mid-range shot to go down by Quinterly. He's the top scorer now with 11 for Alabama. One shot coming up, averaging around 14 per game. Looking for his 12th point on the board tonight, and Quinterly nails it. 38 all. Tennessee with the ball. Vescovi at the right wing moves it out to the top. Plasovic passes off to the left wing to Ziegler. Ziegler, double team, passes off the roll down. Quamba, kick out left corner, and they almost turned it over. Ziegler is there on the outside, though. Vescovi passes out to the top. Quamba dribbles and takes a fadeaway jumper, hits it. As Jaden Shackelford flops, and there's no call. Alabama with a deep three. No good off the mark by Quinterly. Hand in the face. That's a tough shot. And out of bounds in the corner. Tried to save it was Alabama, but couldn't track it down. Tennessee has the ball. 17 and a half left to go in the second. Ziegler moves it out to the left wing perimeter. They give it outside to Vescovi, who pushes it to Ziegler. Bounce pass, left block. Quamba floats it out to Ziegler with a pass, catch and fire. 3, missed off the mark. Pinwheels around, offensive rebound. Picked up by the 7-footer Euros Plasovic. Another 3, tipped up, no good. Defensive rebound, snagged down on the far side by Shackelford. And then he lost the handle, turns it over. Shackelford turns over the basketball. He's having a tough game tonight. 7 points, missing 7 shots, 1 for 6 only from 3, and picks up his second turnover. Approaching the 17-minute mark left to go. Tennessee with the ball. Vescovi at the top of the key. Around the left wing, hands it off. It's Victor Bailey. Passes outside, back to Vescovi. Bounce pass, right baseline pro hop. Quamba, no good off the back rib. Offensive rebound, Plasovic to keep it alive. Right corner, wide open 3. Bailey connects. VBJ for 3 from the outside for Tennessee. Victor Bailey Jr. 16 and a half left to go in the second. Shackelford dribbles up to the left elbow for Alabama. Back outside with it, Shackelford. 15 on the shot clock. Shackelford, crossover. Left elbow, moves it out to the top. Quinterly dribbles, swings it out to Shackelford. 3-point shot, no good off the back rim. Tipped up, battle for the rebound. Offensive board, puts one up. Off the glass, no good. Brick wall of the defense by Quamba to make the stand. And forced a missed shot inside the low post by Alabama. It was Keon Ambrose Hilton who tried to put it up and missed it off the mark. Tennessee with a jumper, deep 2, missed. Back rim, battle for the basketball, spin move on the far side. They couldn't pick it up and the ball rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Vols. 15:43 left to go. It's going to be Alabama ball. Timeout taken on the floor. Media break. 15:53 left to play. 43-38. We got ourselves a ball game right now. If you're new on the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, being a part here in the channel tonight. Memphis has lost against Tulane as that game has gone final. 85-84. So another upset. Taking a look at the Wisconsin game, Wisconsin leads Illinois State 87-85 with 6 seconds left to go. What's good? Dave on the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, this is a huge game here for Alabama. Their resume is hurting tonight because Memphis had just lost against Tulane, which entered today with a 3-6 record, which Memphis knocked off Alabama earlier this month. So they are really looking for this one tonight to get back on the right track to start out SEC conference play. Yeah, last year in the non-conference, they had a tough time, and then once they got into conference play, they went on a roll for Alabama last year. Top scorer in this game, it is Javon Quinley for Alabama, 12 points, 10 points by Noah Gurley. Shackelford having a tough time tonight, just 7 points, 1 for 7 from 3. His teammates picking it up, keeping him in the game. It's Santiago Vescovi, 13 points for Vescovi. And he's the top scorer at the moment. Only player in double figures for Tennessee. Yes, okay, there we go. 89-85, the final. Yep, I got that there. Yep, a couple minutes ago. This game has gone final. Yeah, for some reason it didn't update on my end. Just have to keep on hitting refresh. Okay, there we go. All the scores updated now. So, NC State leading Miami by 12. There's only a couple of games going on. 62-54, NC State leads. And then BYU's playing a non-Division I school. Only up by 14, though. 49-35. And then this game's going on. Yeah, hopefully able to roll that momentum in the new year there, Vegas. Taking on DePaul to start out January 1st. Start out the new year. 15:43 left to go. Getting back to action. Alabama will have the basketball trailing by 5 on their home court at the Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. It is Quinterly at the top. He has been huge tonight for the Roll Tide. Pump fake, dribbles up to the top of the free throw circle. Gurley. That's going to be a jumper from the perimeter. Missed off the mark. Offensive rebound into the hands to Davison, though. Ellis driving. Pro hop. Outside to Quinterly. Got deflected back over to Davison. Gurley. Hands it over to Quinterly. Quinterly down the lane. Floats it up and scores up and in off the glass. Up to 14 now for Quinterly. I'm going to take Tennessee tomorrow in that game. 14:45 left to go in the second. Vescovi has it at the right block, moves it out to the top, back outside. Vescovi launches a 3, and not a good look right there as they hit the rim short. Rebound back to Alabama. Davison dribbles back out to the top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Davison, nice feed underneath. One dribble gets position behind the defense, and it's Noah Gurley with the basket. 1 point game. Red J, Grayson, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you guys back in. Missed 3 from the top. Offensive rebound put up by Tennessee, and they get fouled. I'll probably take, if I had a score prediction, I'll go 37-24 Tennessee tomorrow over Purdue. We got 14:02 left to go. Victor Bailey Jr., the one that got fouled on his way down, he's going to shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. First shot, hits it. What's good, my man John in the stream? Welcome back in. If you guys enjoy hockey, check him out, Off the Wall Hockey. Does some fire play-by-play NHL live streams. Got some pretty good basketball action here tonight. Second shot by Tennessee as that goes through by Victor Bailey Jr. 14 minutes left to play. It's a 3-point game. Alabama has the ball. Top of the key, it's Quinerly. He has been massive tonight. Attacks down the lane, lays it up and in. Count it. And 1. Javon Quinerly getting into the basket all night long for the Roll Tide. And now he's up to 16 points. Chance to make it 17 at the line. Christian, what's good? Welcome in, man. I heard about that big win for your Cars. That's against a pretty good Wake Forest team. Yeah, the last one was pretty good too. I covered the first game was LSU against Auburn, and Auburn has a top 3 projected lottery pick in the draft. And he went off, and then Auburn had a player that's a 7-footer transfer from UNC, and he had a double-double with points and blocks. He had, I think, 16 points and 10 blocks today. Free throw is good by Quinerly. We're tied up again at 45. This game was tied at 33 at halftime. 13 and a half left to go. Top of the key 3, Tennessee. Off the back rim, misses offensive rebound. Powell moves it out over to Bailey. Bailey bounce pass. Oh, nice feed on their knees. Soaring duck by Kawamwa. And he jams it down behind the defense. Two-handed slam. Alabama with the ball. Quinerly keeps on attacking. Swings it out to the right wing. It's Davison. Davison will slow it down. 18 on the shot clock. Approaching the 13-minute mark left to play. A right baseline dribble. And we get a foul. Davison trying to go for a wraparound layup, but the foul picked up before that. It's committed by Tennessee. Stops the clock with 13:07. I actually took Wake Forest tonight. They have some really good scorers in their team. Alondes Williams has been a shock this season. He's been putting up some big numbers. That's a great win for Louisville, considering that they have players that can make shots. And Alabama off the inbounds gets stripped and stolen away by Tennessee. 3-point shot missed by Bailey off the back rim. That's how Alabama's going to keep this game today. They're going to have to look for jumpers missed by Tennessee. Tennessee's not a great shooting team. This is a right corner J by Bama. And before we have a fall, it's going to be offensive by Alabama, pushing off, committed to Gurley. Yeah, it's good to see ISO Joe back in the league. He gave credit out to the big 3 helping him out, and that's big there, especially when you keep on playing basketball just to get back in. Of course, NBA is a different level, but as long as you keep on playing to get you back in to some type of rhythm that can prepare you for it. Obviously, the game speed is much different, though, as Alabama picks off the steal and midcourt pass ahead, deflected out. It's going to stay Alabama ball. 12:20 left to go. I'm glad to hear that Isaiah Thomas got signed back to another 10-day contract. This time, though, it's with Dallas after the Lakers had not picked up the next contract. I hope he's able to get back into the league. Alabama gets the inbound, passing out to the left corner. Shackelford, leading scorer, but having a tough game tonight for Jaden Shackelford, putting up just under 17 points per game. Moves the ball to Quinterly, who shoots a three, but that will not count either. So that is now 3 straight 3-point shots that will not count, whether it's his foot was on the line in the corner. Yep, the back foot is on the line at the right corner, and that's out of bounds. Yeah, I think Louisville is going to win that game against Georgia Tech. I know Georgia Tech's been having some trouble with like player health this season. They've had a couple players I think that's like been injured. Let's see what you guys got. Yeah, I think a winning streak is going to go on for you guys here. This is a really reasonable stretch to pick up victories. At Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, at Florida State, which I think you guys actually have a good chance, even though Florida State has been historically like unstoppable on their home court. This year, they're more in a rebuilding type of season. As we will take the timeout. 47-45 to score. 12 minutes left to play in the second half. Been a tremendous game tonight. Yeah, Florida State beat BU by 1 on their home court. They take on NC State. They beat NC State, already a team that they had won on the road, and now they host them. And then they're at Pitt again. Boston College, which should definitely be a W. Notre Dame, which has been like a seesaw. By the time they do catch up with Virginia, they do have Virginia late in January, and then they got them in March. That's tough because whoever has Virginia last in their schedule, those games usually are Virginia W's. Virginia's that type of team that just gets better and better and better. Even though they start out slow, they just seem to figure things out. They get the tough stretch to close it out. I think the tournament determination for Louisville, it's going to come in the last like 4 games. They got 3 of those on the road. I think you have to win at least one of those because those teams look like they're probably going to be tournament teams. At UNC, at Wake Forest, at Virginia Tech, and then versus Virginia. Virginia still has a ton of work to do. Virginia Tech's borderline too. Wake Forest is receiving votes, most likely borderline. UNC right now has enough to get in. But then that was a tough loss they had against Kentucky. Yeah, I think the Lakers should trade Westbrook. It's just been a tough season. Let's see, Tennessee coming up on the schedule. They got Ole Miss coming up next. So that's next Wednesday. So they get a week off and then they host Ole Miss. Yeah, I took Alabama in this game. So I'm gonna... I stay with whatever I take. I took Alabama by 5. It was 79... or 78-73 is what I had. It's looking like it's probably going to go under that. Probably looking like low 70s, most likely. Unless they go into overtime. Yeah, the 3-point shots haven't really dropped tonight. Alabama just 4 for 20 from the outside. And Tennessee is 6 for 21. Last year, when they went on a hot streak for Alabama... They were soaring left and right with the 3-ball. This team relies a ton on the 3-point shot, but today they're stone cold. Missed the layup. Tennessee with an offensive rebound chance, and they get fouled on that opportunity. So back from the timeout, quick fall picked up, blocking fall by Alabama. Wow, Thunder leading the Suns. That's shocking. Ty Jerome has 16 points. First shot is good for Tennessee. Hey, thanks so much, Grayson, for being a part here in the stream. Enjoy the rest of your night, man. And, yeah, I didn't know about that with Russian Hockey League. Under 12 minutes left to play. Alabama down by 4. They have the basketball. Handoff around the perimeter. Quinterly over to Gurley. Passes down the dribble drive by Davison. Dumps it off the roll down, and that's a two-handed dunk thrown down by Noah Gurley. 2-point game. Tennessee underneath. Misses the first shot, but able to get the tip in from it, as that is Zakai Ziegler for 2. Alabama with a possession. Quinterly bounce pass off the fingertips of Gurley. Gets it right back. Powers his way to the bucket, up and off the backboard. Back and forth. Here we go. Approaching the 11-minute mark left to go. Tennessee has the possession. They have it at the right corner perimeter with Justin Powell. Powell dribbles towards his left and the outside. Passes out to the top of the key to Vescovy. Vescovy towards his left. They swing it out to the top to Ziegler. Ziegler dribbles, attacks down the lane, kick out, left corner, 3 in the air. Kwanwa overshoots the rim. Ziegler had the golden opportunity just to go in for a driving layup, instead made an extra kick out pass. And Olivier Kwanwa is having a tough time shooting the 3-ball. Underneath, layup, and they're going to counter and no for Quinterly. He was contacted, but I believe it's before the foul. And it is. The clock will stop with 10:33. Hey, thanks so much, Grayson. No problem, man. What kind of question is that there, Vaughn? Of course I do. Mark in the stream, welcome in. 10.5 remaining. Alabama has another quick fall on the outside, reaching in by Tennessee. It's committed to Vescovy. That's Tennessee's 6th foul in the second half. So Olivier Kwanwa is 4 for 12 shooting. He's the number 2 scorer with 10 points, but he's missed both of his perimeter shots. Alabama gets the inbound. 18 in the shot clock. They turn the corner. Kick out to the right corner to Ellis. Ellis dribbles into the key, and it will be foul number 7 by Tennessee. Ziegler reaches in, and now Alabama will go to the bonus with Ellis. Yep, Dakota taking Tennessee by 4. K ran in the stream, welcome in. Yeah, both of these teams have been cold from 3. So it's been tough right now trying to get that over. These two teams just stone cold from the outside. 1-1 at the free throw line. Ellis, no good, missed the free throw. That's been another whole problem tonight for Alabama. 5 for 9 on free throws. Tennessee is 7 for 8. Vols have the basketball. Zakai Ziegler dribble, spin move, strip to the handle, and Alabama comes out with a steal. Pass into the wrong hands at midcourt. It is Vescovy who intercepts it, moves it out to the left wing. Bailey launches a 3, no good, off the mark, and then deflected out of bounds, so the clock will stop with 10:02. It's Alabama who will head to the free throw line. There was a foul on the rebound picked up, and it's charged to Tennessee. So that is their 8th personal foul, and this will send over Alabama to the line. This will be 1-1 bonus. This will be inside a 1-1 bonus with J.D. Davison. First shot he makes. Yeah, I like the Flames right there. Second shot by Davison ties it up at 51. Warren, welcome back in, man. Hunter on the stream, thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate it. Midway through the second half, 10 minutes left to play. We've had a tremendous ball game. This game was tied up at halftime, and now we're tied up once again at 51 even. Hit me up in the chat who you got in this one, Tennessee or Alabama. Tennessee gets the inbound. Ziegler takes it up the court. He's defended by Ellis. Ziegler bounce pass left wing perimeter Placevic. Hands it off on the outside. Bounce pass once again into the key. Placevic is stripped and fouled. And that's Alabama's 6th personal foul picked up as a team. And it's charged to Keon Ellis. And this will be free throws coming up. 2 of them at the line for Uros Placevic. Junior from Serbia, 7 foot big. We take a look right now. Foul trouble. Tennessee with 3 personal fouls each picked up by Ziegler, Vescovi, and Victor Bailey Jr. And then Alabama, 4 fouls by Jawan Gary. 3 fouls picked up by Quinterly. And he has been the star today. 17 points by Javon Quinterly. And he is the top scorer in the game. 16 points off the bench by Noah Gurley for Alabama. First shot is good for Tennessee to take the 1-point lead by Uros Placevic. Vescovi leading the way, top scorer for Tennessee with 13 points, and Olivier Kwamwa's got 10. Second shot by Placevic, and that one goes through. 9:45 left to go. Alabama has on their side of their court. Quinterly, edge of the Alabama logo, dribbles towards his right around the perimeter, passes out to the top to Ellis. Ellis dumps it out, free throw circle to Gurley. Gurley bounce pass right corner. Quinterly, pump fake, right baseline dribble. Moves it out to the right wing. 3-point shot taken by Gurley. No good off the back rim. And ripped away in the rebound by Placevic. And another foul picked up by Alabama on the rebounds. And that will be number 7 as a team in the second half for Alabama. Tennessee back at the free throw line with the 1-1 with Uros Placevic once again. Wow, Lakers lost to the Grizzlies. Yikes. Yeah, LeBron's just been carrying. 1-1 bonus. Placevic, the first one, too strong, but he banks it. Able to get the generous backboard connection right there to bank the free throw, but make it. Second shot by Placevic, and that one, he goes through. Straight through the net, knocks it through. 55-51. Alabama down by 4. They had just had this game even. Out to the top of the key, Shackelford. Moves it right wing perimeter, Quinterly. Back over to Shackelford, just passing around the perimeter. Pump fake, dribbles up 3. No good, airballed it. And out of bounds. Not a good possession right there by Alabama, as they just kept on moving it between Shackelford and Quinterly. And Quinterly jacked up the 3, and it went airball. It went on the baseline and out. Nobody got a touch inside in that possession for the Roll Tide. 9 minutes left to go. Tennessee by 4. They have the basketball. Ziegler gives it over to the left wing perimeter. Placevic hands it off. A 3-point shot taken by Fulkerson. It was halfway down and it rattled out. Alabama picks up the defensive rebound. Ellis dribbles up to the free throw circle. Passes outside to Shackelford. He had the ball for a moment and then he bobbled it and he has it back. Now it's off to Quinterly. Quinterly attacks, floats it up over the top. Not a clean alley-oop opportunity. Coming down with it was Bediako, and he gets fouled. 8:36 left to go. And this will be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Alabama. This is quite concerning with Alabama because they are losing this game without John Fulkerson on the court. And they are at home. First shot, good. What's good, Fahad in the stream? Welcome in. I think around Sweet 16, Elite 8 possibly. All depends on the matchups, and it also depends on how strong this team plays together as far as consistency. If they can have scoring consistency, that's where I think they're really dangerous. They're having a pretty good game for Vescovi, but Jordan James, he was a big key in that game to beat Arizona, as that's a missed shot by Tennessee. Kick out to the right corner, 3 in the air. Davison off the rim, no good. They have so many opportunities from the outside, and they can't knock them down. Wow, Oklahoma torching Oregon in football, 30-3. Tennessee picks up the fall on the rebound, and this is going to send Alabama to the bonus. So double bonus time for Alabama. Or actually, it's going to be a fall on Alabama, so this will be on Tennessee. So they had double bonus time before. So Uros Plasovic will shoot inside the bonus, makes the first one. So it was a call on the rebound. It was actually on Alabama. So that's a big possession determining on that foul. Second shot is good. Tipped up offensive rebound and control for a moment. Then Ellis able to come down with it defensively for Alabama. 8 minutes left to play. Crimson Tide with the basketball once again. Ellis dribbles at the top of the free throw circle. Bounce pass inside the key. Jab step jumper. Mid-range hits it. Noah Gurley able to get that bucket for 2. This is going to come down to the wire, I feel like, tonight. 7:35 left to go. Plasovic left around the perimeter. Handoff. Jumper by Ziegler. And another foul call. And we'll have a media timeout as well. 7:35 left to go. Second half. It's Tennessee by 1 point. 56-55. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. If you'd like to be notified for future live streams, and thanks so much for watching, being a part here on the stream tonight. This is one of the last games of the night. NC State has lost the lead against Miami. They were up by double digits, and now Miami leads 84-75 over NC State. That's the only other game going on at the moment. All other games have finished up tonight. Yeah, probably will. It's the second time I've bet against them for the season. Yeah, Alabama's just all out of sync around their perimeter. Shackelford having a tough game from 3, Quinterly as well. Both of them combining to shoot 2 for 13 from the perimeter. Quinterly's had success in this game going downhill. That's where he is a perfect 6 for 6 in his 2-point shots today in this game for Javon Quinterly. Noah Gurley's the one that's keeping his team alive. He's got 18 points. He is actually the top scorer in this game for Alabama. Both teams just can't buy a 3. Alabama's 17% from 3, 4 for 23. Tennessee is 6 for 23 at 26%. And this is concerning for Alabama because Tennessee is without John Fulkerson tonight. And this is a home game for Alabama. What's good, OG, in the stream? Welcome back in, man. Schedule gets quite busy as far as games for Alabama that they'll have some quality opponents coming up. They got 2 road games at Florida and then at Missouri. That's a get-it-right type of game against Missouri on Saturday, January 8th. Because after that, they play against Auburn. They're at Mississippi State. They're hosting LSU. They got a game against Baylor. They're hosting Baylor. Alabama is on Saturday, January 29th. Michael, welcome back on the stream, man. Yeah, it's been a really good game tonight. Brandon, welcome in. 7:35 left to go in the second. We're going to head right back to action. That would be a no there, Vaughn, with the Clemson fight song. Okay, so before, it was an Alabama foul before we went to break. Tennessee now in the bonus with Zakai Ziegler shooting in the 1-and-1. First shot is good. Second shot is good. And Alabama has the ball back. 3-point game, 7:30 left to go. Davison, his pass is wide of Quinterly, and it goes out of bounds. Those are just miscues that you shouldn't see. Just a bad pass. He's like 5 feet away from him on the pass, and that's something you should not see. Bad turnover by Alabama. Tennessee with the ball back. Plasevich puts it at the top of the key. Handoff to Kwamwa, who gives it to Vescovi. Vescovi swings it out. Ziegler dribbles, attacks down the lane. He gets rejected by the part of the front rim. Offensive rebound and a foul. Ziegler gets pushed down, and it will be Zakai Ziegler shooting 2. Yeah, what a comeback, man, by Miami. They were down by double digits at one point against NC State. I hope that Bo Nix can succeed there at Oregon. Ziegler, first free throw is good. Second shot by Ziegler connects. Seven minutes left to play. Alabama with the ball. Down by 5. Top of the key. Shackelford trying to drive down the hill on 4 defenders. And he gets fouled. Vescovi, the one who picks up the foul. Both teams in the double bonus. 6:55 left to go. 2 shots here at the line for Quinterly. That would be a no there, Vaughn. I think we're all set with covering golf. Quinterly missed the first free throw. They're leaving off points here in this game. 9 for 15 when it comes to free throws tonight by Alabama. Tennessee has been able to cash in on almost all their free throws. Tennessee as a team is 16 for 18 at the free throw line. The difference here is shooting 89% at the free throw line and shooting 69% at the free throw line. Second shot's good. 4-point game. Under 7 minutes left to play. Tennessee with a possession. Ziegler dribbles, drives inside, off the glass, no good. Ripped away in a defensive rebound by Ellis. And Ellis gets fouled. The whistles have been a constant tonight. Last game I covered, Auburn and LSU, a ton of whistles tonight. And the same here in the second half. Both of these teams in the double bonus. Yersef from the stream, welcome in, man. Nathan, welcome in. Yeah, 66% now at free throws tonight for Alabama. Zakai Ziegler in deep foul trouble. He just picked up his 4th personal foul. Same as Vescovi, and he's the top scorer with 13 points tonight for Tennessee. So both of them have 4 fouls each. First shot missed off the back rim for Alabama. Just one game tomorrow. I plan on doing 2, and then the second one got canceled. It was supposed to be Arizona against UCLA, and that game got canceled. That was going to be it got postponed. That game was going to be really good. I don't think they've announced a date when they're going to reschedule that. 6:35 left to go. 1 for 2 at the free throw line for Alabama. Tennessee has it at the top of the key. Victor Bailey Jr. moves it out to the left wing to Josiah Jordan James. Passes Kwamba. Feeds it off the roll down to Bailey, and he lays it up and in. We'll see what Alabama can do this possession. Davison passes off to Quinterly. Slides it out to the top to Davison. Davison dribbles, left block underneath. Feeds it out right corner. 3 in the air. Ellis, and it got partially blocked on its way down. And then Alabama in the key gets called for a foul, trying to go up for the basketball. Pushing off, it's going to be on Gurley. So Tennessee will head back to the line again as the ball was up in the air. Gurley trying to get it back. Pushing defenders to track it down, wasn't able to, and got called on the foul. So this will be Uros Plasovic, who is 5 for 6 tonight at the free throw line, shooting 2 in the double bonus. First shot he misses, though, off the back rim. Matthew, welcome on the stream. 6:03 left to go. Second shot is good. Davison will check out of the game now for Alabama. 6 minutes left to play. It's Quinterly, Ellis, Shackelford, Gurley, and number 4 is Jawan Gary. Now into the game. Missed jumper by Quinterly and picked up on a defensive rebound in the corner by Jordan James. Tennessee has it. They push it up the court to Jordan James. Catching fire 3. Off the mark, no good. Defensive rebound pulled down by Ellis. Quinterly trying to push tempo. Quinterly at the top. Pick gets set. Swings it outside to Ellis. Ellis defended by Ziegler. Now gets around him. Ellis passes. Left wing 3 in the air. Shackelford halfway down. Rattled out. No good though. And a big defensive rebound pulled down by the 7-footer for Tennessee. Uros Plasovic. 5:15 left to go. Tennessee by 6. They have the basketball. That's right. Yeah, Fulkerson and Chandler out tonight. Out to the right wing perimeter. Jordan James. Bounce pass. Kwamba feeds it left corner. They'll take a deep 2 jumper off the mark. No good. Soars up defensive rebound. Pulled down by Quinterly. Quinterly once again at the top. They cannot find a shot at all. Ellis takes a 3 and no good. It had to look at it, and it went off the back corner of the back rim. No good by Keon Ellis. And they are a highly reliant 3-point shooting team, but just 4 for 26 tonight from the outside. 4.5 left to go. Dribble, drive, Ziegler, bounce passes to the right corner, and Ziegler stepped out of bounds at the baseline. Turnover Tennessee. Been stagnant here for quite a bit of time, 63-57. 4:27 left to go. Alabama just looking to find their shot. At the left wing, Ellis shoots another three. That time it goes through. It's a 3-point game. Keon Ellis with a big triple for the Roll Tide. Tennessee has it outside the perimeter. Jordan James moves it out to the top. Plasevich will put the ball into the hands of Jordan James. Bobbled it, gets it back, floats it up into the hands of Plasevich. Tried to take it, but wasn't able to do so. Got stripped underneath the hoop. Stolen by Alabama. Kick out left corner, left baseline, Jibble Gurley. And no call. Offensive putback is good, though, by Juwan Gary. Teammate helping out teammate as Gurley missed the layup off the side of the rim. Everybody stared at the basketball as it went down for a brief second. And at right place, right time, Juwan Gary able to put it up and in underneath his own hoop. Timeout taken on the court. Just around 3.5 minutes left to play. It's a 63-62 game with 3:37 left to go. What a game tonight. If you're new on the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, and thanks so much for watching, everybody, as this is the opening night of SEC conference play. 18 points each by Javon Quinterly and Noah Gurley. Tennessee's top scorer has got 13 with Vescovi and 11 points now by Ziegler. Both have 4 personal fouls at the moment. So they're in foul trouble, and then Juwan Gary's got 4 fouls for Alabama. Wow, big win for Miami. They came all the way back by double digits, beat NC State 91-83. So this is the last game remaining tonight. Ooh, good question. Will Patrick Ewing survive if Georgetown finishes bottom of the Big East, misses postseason? I think it's probably gonna be it. If they do go on the bottom, it might determine how they play late in the stretch. Maybe February and March. If they lose most of their games in say January and February, but they do get better or if they do get better late portion of January into March, I think it all depends on who they if they do go on a winning streak and who they beat. That's a big thing. Cheez-It Bowl is always a good one there, Vaughn. What's good? Don in the stream, welcome in. Got a really good game going on right now. 3:37 left remaining. It's 63 Tennessee, 62 Alabama as we are on the timeout. First game I covered today inside the top 25, it was 2 SEC teams. It ended up being Auburn pulling out a 15-point victory over LSU. Final score was 70-55. Both of these teams in the double bonus as we come back to action. Huge game. Alabama looking to get back on track after their last loss against Davidson by 1 over a week ago. Tennessee 1 week ago able to pull off a stunner and knock off top 10 ranked Arizona. I predicted Alabama. So I don't have a preference, but I've been impressed how Tennessee has been playing this season. This is twice that I've covered them, and I I thought Alabama would be much better this season. Their defense has struggled this year. Today it's been just their teams run into a really good defense with Tennessee. Tennessee is fueled by their defense, and Alabama just has been having trouble hitting a three, and that's what their whole offense is based about, whether they can knock down perimeter shots. Tennessee with the ball. 2 on the shot clock, driving. Kwanwa missed the layup off the glass. Rebound back to Alabama. Crimson Tide have it on the far side. Quinterly moves it out to the left corner. 3 in the air. Off the rim, no good. Missed by Shackelford. Offensive rebound pulled down by Gurley. Another chance. Shackelford dribbles towards his left. Into the key. Weaves his way. No good. Tipped off the glass. Kwanwa with a defensive rebound for a moment. Poked loose out of bounds, though, as human dominoes fall on the court underneath Alabama's hoop. And Kwanwa lost his defensive rebound with the basketball, and that will go out of bounds. This should be Alabama ball. So there was a lot of contact underneath. And the clock will stop again. 2:51 left to play, and the score remains the same, 63-62. Man, that was like human bowling pins going down underneath the hoop trying to battle for that rebound. They've had so many opportunities as well for Alabama. Just haven't been able to get them down. And free throws are costing them. That's why Tennessee has the lead right now. Tennessee is 17 for 20 at the free throw line. Alabama's 11 for 17. And they have 2 players that stepped up when Shackelford's had a rough night. Shackelford just 7 points, 3 for 15 shooting. It's been Gurley and Quinterly, but not much else. And Tennessee with 3 players in double figures, but 2 of those players have 4 fouls each. The top 2 scorers, Vescovi and Ziegler. If you're new on the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, and thanks so much for joining in, being a part here in the stream. Hit me up in the chat who you got in this one tonight, Tennessee or Alabama. This has been a long game. Quite a bit of fouls in this game. 17 total by Tennessee, 16 by Alabama. Yeah, that could be tough in there, especially Auburn as well. Auburn's got a ton of size. They got a ton of length on Auburn. They are the best blocking team nationally, and today it was man, Walker Kessler. He had a major game. He had a double-double with points and blocks. Javel in the stream, welcome in, taking Tennessee. Johan Victor, welcome in, taking Alabama. Feel like it's going to set up a great finish tonight. 63-62, we come out of the timeout with 2:51 left to go. This game's at Alabama. No better feeling than starting off conference play with a W. And that'll be the case for someone tonight in this game. Alabama will get the inbound coming up underneath their hoop. The inbound passer will be J.D. Davison. Davison looking to pass and moves it out to the right corner. It's Ellis. Ellis dribbles at the right wing perimeter. Signals the offense Ellis puts it back into the hands to Quinterly. Quinterly lost the handle, got it back in the corner of his front court. 8 on the shot clock. Quinterly dribbles, attacks, collided into and called for the offensive foul. Olivier Kwawa takes the charge. And Javon Quinterly turns over the basketball for Alabama. And I believe that's number 4 for him tonight for a personal foul. And that's Javon Quinterly's 4th. And he has been the go-to today with 18 points, tied for the top score with Gurley. All the new people, Landon, License to Chill, Terry, Wesley, Gavin, Sean Douglas in the street. Welcome in, everybody. Tennessee with the ball. Driving, dump off underneath, and Kwama lays it up and in with the right hand. Tennessee by 3. Alabama has possession. Davison slides it outside to Ellis. Ellis passes to the left wing to Davison. Davison dribbles towards his right and the outside. Ellis, extra pass, right corner. 3 in the air. Splash. Jaden Shackelford knocks down a triple, and this game is tied at 65. He had been silent all game long, stone cold by Shackelford. Just 3 for 15 from shooting today until that shot. Puts him at 10. He is now 4 for 16, 2 for 10 from the outside. That's a huge shot with 2 minutes left to play. Tennessee at the right wing. They dribble up, jumper. Jordan James, no good, skipped around the rim and out. Offensive rebound, puts it up. And a huge block by Alabama, denying Kwama right at the rim. That was Keon Ellis, who gets a huge denial of Olivier Kwama, and Alabama will burn a timeout. 1:26 left to play. Alabama will have the basketball coming up with 1 timeout left to go. Tennessee with 2 timeouts remaining. And what a game tonight. Oh, that's awesome. Best of luck to your cousin BJ for Tennessee for next season. What a game. Yeah, it's been a really good game here. Tennessee without 2 of their starters today. And they've been up throughout the majority of this game on the road. No Kennedy Chandler, no John Fulkerson. Both teams in the double bonus. When they come out of timeout, it will be Alabama basketball with 1:26 left to go on the clock. Right now, we take a look at the foul trouble. Jawan Gary and Javon Quinterly of Alabama, both with 4 personal fouls each. 4 personal fouls each picked up by Vescovi and Ziegler of Tennessee. Alabama will get the inbound on the far side of their court. Quinterly, the inbound passer, puts it into the hands of the backcourt to Davison. So Quinterly out on the court once again. 1:20 left to go. It's Quinterly, Gurley, Davison, Keon Ellis, and Jaden Shackelford. Quinterly passes left wing to left corner to Ellis. He moves it outside to Shackelford. Shackelford, he is defended on the perimeter by Vescovi. 6 in the shot clock. Shackelford dribbles, drives down the lane. Tough shot, puts it up, and that is good for 2. What a bucket right there as he attacks the rim by Jaden Shackelford. Roll Tide up by 2, and the whole crowd explodes. In the final minute in Tuscaloosa, 3 rains down from the right wing perimeter by Olivier Kwama of Tennessee. The short lead, a big response right back by the Vols. 45 seconds remaining. Quinterly pass out to the left wing. Oh, they start scoring right now. Big triple at the left wing perimeter as it goes down for Alabama by Keon Ellis. Javon Quinterly credited with assist. And Alabama goes up by 2 with 41.3 seconds left to play. 90 in the stream. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. This game gonna come down to the wire tonight. Timeout taken on the floor by Tennessee. 1 timeout each for both of these teams. What a shot by Shackelford. Just drives on 3 defenders and puts it up through contact. No call. Some way, somehow in the previous bucket right before the 3. It's a quick timeout here. Tennessee will get the basketball back. 41.7 seconds left to play. Oh, it's actually going to be by Alabama that they call a timeout. So Alabama's out of timeouts, and Tennessee's got 2 timeouts left to go. So Tennessee's still got 2 timeouts remaining. Alabama's out of their timeouts. Both of the teams in the double bonus. Some big-time buckets here in the last couple minutes by Jaden Shackelford. He was stone cold throughout all this game, and then he hits a 3 from the corner with under 2 minutes left to play, and he has a big-time shot with 1 minute left to play through contact getting to the rim. Tennessee will have the basketball. 40 seconds left to go. They get the inbound. Ziegler takes it up the court. He's defended by Ellis. Ziegler into the key. Bounce pass right corner. Wide open 3. No good. Missed the open look by Victor Bailey. Rebound tipped up defensively to J.D. Davison, who comes up with a board for Alabama. And 28.2 seconds left to go. And Davison in the backcourt gets fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line. Wide open as you can get by Victor Bailey at the right corner. And he misses off the front rim. A golden opportunity for Tennessee, and they let it slip away. Bailey having a tough night, just 1 for 5 from 3. In the double bonus, J.D. Davison, 70% this season at the free throw line, and he missed the first one. Rolled around the rim and out. Alabama's crushing themselves today with free throws. It's been Tennessee who has struggled at the line this season, but Tennessee as a team is 17 for 20, 85%. Alabama is 11 for 18, 65% tonight on free throws. Second free throw by Davison. 28.2 seconds left to go, and he drills it. Tennessee will look for a 3. 25 seconds left to play. They're 7 for 27 from outside. Underneath, they circle around the rim. Pass out to the left corner. Powell moves it over to Kwamba. Kwamba gives it out to the top. Ziegler takes a 3 off the rim. No good. Soaring up in a big defensive rebound by Alabama with another foul call on the court. Noah Gurley, the one who snags down the rebound, and it will be Gurley heading to the double bonus. Crunch time. It was Jaden Shackelford, the difference maker in crunch time tonight. Even though he had struggled for roughly around 35 minutes or so in this game to find a shot, he gets 2 big ones with under 2 left to play. Noah Gurley, double bonus for Alabama. 14 seconds left to go. And Tennessee will take a timeout before that. So timeout on the court taken by Tennessee. 14 seconds left to play. 1 timeout remaining by Tennessee. Alabama's out of timeouts. Thanks so much all for watching tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, and appreciate everybody for being a part on the channel. Bailey, thanks so much for finding my stream. I cover a mix of college basketball games and also NBA games. If Tennessee makes that 3 with Victor Bailey Jr., then this game would be different right now. He was just wide open in the corner and couldn't connect. Yeah, Tennessee should be proud of themselves how they played this game today. Down without two of their starters, Kenny Chandler, John Fulkerson, coming off a massive game a week ago against Arizona. Fulkerson would have been a difference maker in this game if Tennessee had him. First shot is good by Gurley at the line. Hey, thanks so much, Bailey. Appreciate it. Caleb on the stream, welcome in. Yeah, Arizona just has so many turnovers. That's what wrecked Arizona in that game. Second shot is good. Knocks it down by Gurley. 12 seconds left to play. Tennessee will need a quick shot here. Ziegler, too much time dribbling the ball. Dribbles towards his left around the perimeter. Gives it over to Kwamwa. Kwamwa with 5 seconds left to play. They need something. They're going to pass, and they take a jumper with 1 second off the back rim, and this game has gone final. Way too much time for Tennessee. They needed a quick bucket up the court. 14 seconds left to go, and they take a shot when the shot clock is at 1.5 seconds, and now we'll do it as Alabama pulls out the victory by 5. 73-68, the final score, as Alabama gets a huge victory to start out SEC conference play tonight on their home court. They were trailing throughout most of the game, but it's all about how you finish, and Alabama able to prevail, and they get themselves the W tonight at home in Tuscaloosa. Final score is 73-68. And thanks so much all for joining in, being a part here in the stream. Before I do sign off, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. I appreciate you guys for being a part here on the stream. And before I do sign off, I'm going to close out to the channel members. If anybody's interested in becoming a channel member, it's as low as $1.99 per month to do so. It gets you shout out to the end of each and every single one of my live streams that I do cover, as here are the channel members. We have Jason, Cindy, Rajeep, Olda Deuce, Bless Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D-Block, BP Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arohan, Mark, Mike, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahino Joseph, LK and GFR 90, Woody, Warren, I Am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Isaiah, Man and Hades, Barco, Dave, Rides of Steel, and Kelly. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in tonight. Big victory by Alabama as they improved to 10-3 on the season. Pull out the W, 73-68. Jaden Shackelford with 2 big buckets in the last 2 minutes to pull out the W for the Roll Tide as they get a couple big baskets late in the game and they prevail. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.